Oxventure Blades in the Dark merch is available now. Catch Volasport's newest and most notorious gang of thieves red-handed in an all-new scene. Nab this stunning piece of Oxventure art on a t-shirt or as a poster. Then declare your allegiance for Edvard's hated rival, the ruthless industrialist Amadeus Astor, with an Astor Interventions pin. Just don't let Edvard see you wearing it, or we'll never hear the end of it. Add these precious pieces to your collection by going to store.outsidextra.com. Previously on Oxventure presents Blades in the Dark. With bloodthirsty help from the Gut Cutters, the crew finally returned to the Dimmer Mansion for a raid on the Sisters' vault. Edvard delighted in breaking an Astor door, Lilith made light work of the demoness Xtra, and Barnaby foolhardily drank a ghost. But there was an unexpected discovery inside. Eleanor. The mysterious instructor of their previous deeds is faceless no more, it seems. But what are her intentions? Let's find out.
You're the one who sent all the vases! I'm terribly sorry, but I did break all of them.
No, that's fine. That was entirely the plan.
Ah, good.
Did you?
And I meant to do it.
Yeah, well, sorry. Sorry.
How did you get in here? We had to do a elaborate multi-stage heist setup, and you just strolled in.
It's a funny story, actually. I teleported.
You can teleport. That is funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Teleport.
If you can teleport and you're a founding member of the Dimmer Sisters, why did you engage our services at all?
Yeah.
Is this a trap?
Barnaby's
Are you about to try and kill us?
Barnaby's got level 1 forehead harm. Now. I say.
Barnaby, how did you?
5 head.
Yeah.
How did you get that?
Well, 6 head. 'Cause
Like
it's
an
hexagon.
egg.
Honestly, couldn't tell you. I was just having a nice drink in a lovely room full of, sort of bottles and things, and then all of a sudden I had a splitting headache.
Oh, you silly boy. This is another one of your classic japes, isn't it?
It is, yes. Well,
Well,
also it's a heist, apparently.
Yeah, stop dissembling. We're not here to put his japes on trial, although by rights he should have been on trial for at least 3.
Many of my japes, yes.
What's
But the law can't touch me.
What's happening?
I'm quite powerful and rich.
You have questions.
What gives, lady?
You have questions, and I promise you I have answers. But now is not the time. I've appeared to you here because I needed to show you that I trust you in the hope that you, in exchange, will trust me. If we can get out of here, I promise I'll explain everything.
Well, can't you just teleport out of here with the bracer?
No, not again. It
All right.
it takes a lot of preparation. And as you can see, I think it takes a lot out of me.
Yeah. It's just I'd have come in on foot and gone out teleporting. But we have got a balloon. It's on the roof.
Yeah.
So
We have an exfil plan.
If you trust us to trust you, to trust us to trust ourselves to get out of this building with the old exfil plan, then we can dangle you over the side of the balloon and ask you a bunch of questions in about 10 minutes.
That's by Casimir. Remember now why I was so desperate to enlist your services. Right, well, yes. Let's go, and let's get out of here, because there's someone in particular I do not want to run into.
Who's that then?
Well, that would be the other founding member of the Dimmer Sisters, Kelly, but more anon. We have to go.
You don't rhyme, though.
I used to go by Ellie.
Makes sense.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Eleanor, Ellie. Yeah.
And Kellenor. I have
Yes,
another
Kellenor
drink.
is her full name.
I used to know a gardener. Pellinor he went by. Huge fields.
Right. Sorry, I'll need a minute. So, yes, I mean, I trusted you to put together an exfil, as you put it. So, well, let's go.
All right.
Either way.
We go.
Okay,
Right. Oh,
yeah. Head back out towards
well, let me
the wall.
fire off the flare. So, is there a window in here?
Sorry, who the bloody hell is this? Standing by the door.
This
with
is
a
Eleanor.
sledgehammer.
You're Eleanor of Eleanor's Largely Legal.
Was there an old woman in the vault?
Yeah,
Hello.
she was just in there. She can teleport.
Who is she though?
It's Eleanor.
Hello.
from the.
She's the one that sent us all the letters and everything.
vases.
You're not gonna have to do the entire conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We redo the entire conversation
explain
again,
it
and
flawlessly
I'm ticking a,
to Zilla.
I'm filling in a thing.
Okay.
Filling in
I
a
say-
thing.
We're
Kellenor again, and then take another drink because I can't remember saying it the first time.
And it's even funnier the second time.
Yeah, everybody just falls about, and yeah, takes another piece of discovered clock. Yeah, there is to your. Yeah, sorry. Eleanor just says to you, Zilla, in summary. Yes, so that's the. Well, that's the whole story, and I believe
Well, that's
we were
all
about to
perfectly
get
clear.
exfilled.
Yes, Flair. Edvard.
Yes.
Hit
Could
it.
anyone give me a hand, by the way? I'm
A hand with what?
just walking. I'm a little
Oh, I shoulder. Ugh.
Oh,
Ugh.
oh God!
Not like completely, just like hoist her over one shoulder, you know, like a
Bless
prop her
you.
up.
Bless you. You're
I'll
as-
take that bracer. Do you want me to take that bracer? Give me the bracer.
Here you go.
Give me the
looks
bracer.
heavy.
He
Yeah,
hands it over.
good. All right, I just want to see it and touch it.
Yeah.
It's real.
It is real. It is golden in colour. It's
Ooh.
about the length of a forearm because it is a bracer, and it has some quite ornate engraving on the back of it and leather straps.
It's nice.
Secure it to your arm.
What does
Got
it do,
some-
Eleanor?
It's got some initials scratched into it. It says CDB on there. They've been scratched in with some sort of knife.
Yeah, it does.
pretty
It's
cool.
right over the most sort of ornate
CPT.
past. Yeah. There's a.
CDB.
Sorry.
It's scratched in right next to yeah, like just right in the middle of the most ornate part of the engraving.
Wow.
Clearly, whoever scratched this in thought that their own initials were more meaningful than this ancient and.
Whoever did this was a real asshole.
Did this and really made a meal out of these braces. I said,
Yeah. Isn't that stuff they make into a soothing oil?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a hemp byproduct.
Maybe he was a salesman of some kind. I don't know.
maybe he invented it.
Maybe, yeah.
He must
you
have
really-
been.
Invented.
He must
Is that
have
the
been a very
hallmark of an
clever fellow.
inventor?
Must have been a great man, I say. So anyway, I open the window and look to the horizon, and I see if I can fire this flare gun.
There's no window in here.
There's no window.
I think, unfortunately, we've established that. But I did say that there was a staircase, a spiral staircase leading up, cut into the wall. So as you follow that, it leads to a sort of narrowed spiral that takes you further up, and there is a narrow window, a narrow, very gothic glass window that you can open and fire the flare out.
All right, I open it and fire the flare out.
The flare streaks up into the sky. As I recall, the flare roll didn't turn out to be very good. So what happens
it
is
was basically fine.
There
it's
is a
it's
ghost
sort
in
of,
it.
There's a
What
ghost.
colour is it? Oh, there's a ghost in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What colour is it, Edvard?
It's purple.
Purple.
What colour
yeah.
ghost?
Big purple
Ghost.
ghostly flare with a ghostly scream goes up into the up into the sky. It's intended to be a sort of very brief streak of light, just to be enough of a signal to Hicks so that she knows exactly where to land. But unfortunately, the weighting is slightly off or something, and it just catches in a crosswind or something. But it just sticks on a piece of balustrade or stonework and just is
Oh.
just burning away there for a good
Nice
old
flare,
while.
Edvard.
And from the
Hit
ground
it
you
with
can
a
hear.
broomstick.
Yeah. You managed to dislodge it with a broomstick. Take that off your load, but you
Glad I brought this broomstick.
You know what? I said you wouldn't need a broomstick.
Yeah, I know, and I was
You
like,
know
well,
what?
you never know.
I owe you a drink.
Yeah, there you go, old man. Didn't I say?
out in the garden. The fight is still ongoing, but you can hear the female voices shouting like, "Look up there, the roof! There's something happening! Get up there now!"
Uh-oh.
To the roof, I say.
Yeah, climb everyone, faster. Go, go, go.
Okay. Jeez it.
You scamper up, desperately sprinting up this narrowing stone spiral staircase, and this kind of narrowing tower that you're climbing has a small iron gate at the top, and Zilla, let's just say that you boot it open.
Yeah,
Clang. The roof
Like you read
of
my
the
mind.
Dimmer Mansion is gothic AF. It is like extremely steep sloping sides, covered in gargoyles and ironwork. And
Perfect place
straight
to
down
land
the
a
middle,
balloon.
straight down the middle, along the spine of it, if you like, is a wide, flat portion.
This balloon pad.
For
The
those
belly
who-
pad.
Yeah,
It's a big circle
and-
with a big letter B in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's got ample balloon landing space. And from where you are on one end of the roof, and at the other end of the roof, that's where the flare sort of, after you poked it with the thing, that's where it kind of and sort of landed. So let's say a spooky gothic fog is kind of starting to roll in, but you can just about, through the moonlight, see the silhouette of a balloon kind of drifting in.
Could we say that, obviously, I think Casimir will be bringing up the rear anyway with this party, because spiral staircase is not great for a person who uses a cane. But also, I'd like to tick off 2 boxes of load to produce some demolition tools.
Okay.
And I would just like to quite liberally be placing charges on this spiral staircase and just spooling out wire.
Okay.
So Casimir comes up a couple of minutes late, but sort of whistling and spooling out wire and pulling out a teeny tiny little plunger device, just in case we need to blow the staircase.
Okay, yep, cool.
Are there any other entrances to the roof?
There are other entrances to the roof. Having got up onto the top, you can see that basically there's the exact same structure that you just emerged out of, kind of mirrored on the very far side.
Casimir comes up looking pleased, his punch, and then goes, I'm just going to blow that one straight away if there's another one.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you are no longer at risk of being surrounded. That's certainly true to say. Yeah, Casimir, you hit the plunger, and just behind you, in fact, the whole building
We'll
kind of
wobble
rocks.
around.
Yeah. Should we roll for this to see how destructive it is?
See whether the building collapses under us.
Yeah,
Why
go
not?
for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, Casimir.
What are we going to call this?
Wreck.
Wreck,
No?
right?
Oh, well, I was thinking maybe finesse.
Oh no, yeah, you're right, finesse.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
something
you're
I've
right.
got forgotten.
Demolition. Demolition is a
Yeah.
fine.
I've had to be
art,
quite
yeah.
careful,
Now that I
obviously,
thought about
in
it.
weighing out the charges, etc.
It's a controlled explosion.
No, it isn't. It's a 2.
Oh,
I just
Okay,
I let my hatred of
Implosion.
stairs get the better of me.
Yeah, you miscounted. Let's say too late as you push down the plunger. You look at the empty sort of cloth packets that the plasticky sort of gum that you've been applying along the walls, and too late you notice a sign that says double strength, which you didn't really.
Oh
didn't
God, I
notice in the
use
shop.
C8.
You've laced the thing with C8, and it's not a controlled explosion at all. The entire column is just ripped away from the wall, and you feel the entire roof just beneath your feet. There's a lot of groaning ironwork, and let's forget about the clock for being discovered and start a new 4-piece clock for mansion collapse,
yeah.
which is pretty damn cool.
Am I
okay.
escaping harm in this?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's you've done immense harm to the belly of the mansion, if you like, but up here on the roof where you've hit the plunger from, it's just tremors at the moment.
Think of all the ghosts that are going to be free when this thing collapses.
Yeah, there's a lot of bottles beneath us.
Says you drank a gin.
Yeah, it was delicious. Yeah, very dry gin. Yeah.
The staircase that we came up, was that sort of single file, narrow staircase? So it was getting narrower as we went up, right?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
a bleeding nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to head over to the other staircase, the one that hasn't been exploded. I'm going to tick off a couple of boxes of load and screw together the wonderful mechanical man. And then I'm going to set him down and just get him to go down the staircase very slowly.
No. Oh no. WMM.
Okay.
Do you mean to sacrifice your son here?
He's not my son, he's a wonderful
Headbutt.
mechanical man.
He's
I'll
your
build- I'll
son!
build another one, he's not sentient.
In what way is he not your son?
He's a machine that smokes cigars.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We gave him a soul.
But he
Okay.
can do his play for them.
He walks down the stairs singing.
Oh, for God's sake, you're all so sentimental, I say. I unscrew the mechanical man, I put him back on my... For goodness
I
sake.
always loved your
Playing the
father.
violin as he goes down.
I loved where that was going. Okay, what is happening?
No, don't let me stop you. I think that's
Wait,
very moving.
they're all going to come
His
up.
sacrifice.
I've got,
Yeah, all right,
I've got
send him.
copies of
Go
his
for it.
brain chips. I'll make another one. He isn't.
Alright.
He isn't just a single. I can put his brain chips in another wonderful mechanical man.
Well,
I would
helps
like to
you
hear
sleep
the
at night,
opening number
Edward.
from the musical.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful mechanical man. I say. Please descend the stairs and perform your play for anyone who comes up, and do not let them get past you without having seen the whole play, because I think they'll
Well,
really like it.
It's only a work in progress. I'm a little shy.
Yeah, this is the the early test audiences.
Yeah, it's the workshop.
Yeah, you can workshop the ideas, see what goes down well with the audiences. Yeah.
And
He looks a bit. If the wonderful mechanical man can look sheepish, he looks a little bit sheepish, and he says,
May I ask, Edvard, if I do this, would you be proud of me?
I would be very, very proud. One WMM, I say, clapping him on the shoulder. Why, I can't imagine a more pride-filled action you could take, dear boy. So off you trot.
Marvelous. Then it is time for me to take my final bow.
and he gives a great creaky.
Programming him to be so bloody melodramatic.
Yeah, he is being extremely melodramatic about this.
Yeah, dial that down in version 2.
Yeah, he gets into the through the iron gate, and he just looks back over his shoulder and
yes.
says,
Fare thee well.
Yeah, fare thee also well, I say.
May we meet again
Yeah, fingers crossed.
in this world or the next.
Yep.
And to all of you
Yes.
who have played a part on my
Yes.
journey,
It's been a real time.
destiny is not
So,
a short song.
so I'm just sort of very slowly closing the door. So,
I'll never forget you, WMM.
The door is closed, and then there's a pause, and you hear a kind of clanking clunk, 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 as it goes down the stairs. It's lucky that you did this because, so to describe this column thing that you've just put him on, you know the window that you fired the flare out of
Yes.
on the other side? There's a window on this one too, and you can see coming up the staircase a lot of sort of recognisable dim assister forms, like lots of dim assisters rushing up these stairs. One of them, like, puts their face up against the bars, and from on your shoulder, Zilla, you can hear Eleanor just shout to you all, "We really have to go. It's time to go. She's here. She's seen me. Kelly."
Ellie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The shout comes from inside the line. Ellie,
Ugh.
She seems nice.
I knew you weren't dead, though you soon will be.
That is awkward.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to
Where's
go.
our balloon?
The
Where's
balloon?
that dang Hicks?
The balloon is just sort of settling in. Let's say that because there's a little bit of crosswind and stuff, the balloon is it's a few feet kind of off to the side of this like flat strip that you're on, kind of hovering. Hicks is trying to wrestle it down into the landing spot, but it's not going
Hicks,
quite.
We'll have
toss
to
down a
jump for
rope.
it. Yeah.
Toss down a rope.
Can I throw a grappling hook to Hicks, and then we can have a line between the roof and the balloon?
Yep, go for it.
All right, I would like to do that then. That'll be a finesse.
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
That is a 3 and a 4.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, the hook goes, the grappling hook goes over the edge of the basket. You've got a nice firm line, Edvard, but as you're testing it, the wind just gusts the balloon a little, and the rope slips out of your hands. So what you now have is a rope that is just on the other side of this fence, just a little bit out into the abyss, but definitely in jumping distance.
I would like to try and hook it with my spirit hook.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like,
I mean, it's close enough. You can just do that. Yeah. Bring it in. Cool. You have hold of the rope.
All right, everyone, help pull this balloon into position. Get it landed.
Oh, okay. We grab the rope and,
I don't think
and start pulling it.
Yeah, I don't think
I mean-
Ella can make a jump to it. Let's bring it
I
down.
can carry Ella. She's bird-like, I
I
imagine.
wouldn't mind the rope being a bit closer. I wouldn't.
No,
I
yeah,
won't
alright.
lie.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we all grab the rope and start pulling it over the roof, so it's
No
more
worries.
directly overhead.
Yeah, you just
Maybe we
just,
can get
you
like
just
a
pull
ladder
it
down.
with all of your strength. You kind of tug of war behind this rope and just pull it
Nice.
just over and down towards the kind of flat section of roof, and you all are able to climb into the basket. Hicks looks at Eleanor and says, "I'm sorry, who's this? I didn't know we had stowaways. You know this thing doesn't take all that much weight."
She's only light though. We didn't know she would be there. She teleported, you see.
Oh, all right.
But very crucially, she
lights
can't
she lights
teleport
a
back,
cigar off
apparently.
of the... Sorry, Barnaby, what was that?
She can't teleport back, though, apparently, even though...
Also, Edvard did sacrifice his robot son, so we're down some weight.
That's true.
Yeah.
Robot Ton
I'm
did.
going to say the mechanical man weighed more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hicks is about to light another cigar off of the central burner in the balloon, and it's just like, the wonderful mechanical man. He's gone.
Yeah, he did.
What a day. And she takes a long, solemn drag.
It's fun. I'll make another one.
Won't be the same, Edvard.
Yeah. We'll pull one out for him later, she says. As the balloon takes off,
Let's pull one out for him now, and then I still have the bottle of gin in my hand, and I'm just going to tip it over the edge of the basket as we ascend.
Nice. Yeah, you pour it all out, and it just kind of trickles and splashes down. And as it splashes on the flat roof, the liquid kind of whoosh, and just sort of coalesces into the shape of a sort of animal spirit. It's like kind of like a glowing sort of fox. It just looks at you, Barnaby, and just winks like this. And you hear a voice in your head that says, in a language you've never heard but yet understand, "We'll meet again."
I think that fox is coming on to me.
No one else can see a fox.
Yes, Barnaby. The fox is coming on to
Whatever
me.
you say.
Barnaby.
Yes.
Here, Barnaby.
I'm glad you
look
saw it as
cold.
well, yeah.
Put this on. I'm going to try and force an Air Naughty Boys for Life jacket onto him.
Yeah. Yeah, Hicks is wearing hers, and she's got more in the.
Oh, only this once, just because we won the race. Yeah, okay.
Anyone else?
Right.
Pythons, you look cold, eh?
Yeah. My arms are all bare. I put a jacket on.
I imagine all these references make sense, I say to myself as I light a cigarillo.
Yeah.
Flashback. I bet Barney 2 coin that I could get Zilla to put on the jacket for the Air Naughty Boys.
Nice. Barnaby, you owe Casimir 2 coin now.
I reluctantly hand Casimir.
I think you've exposed a weakness in the flashback mechanic.
Flashback. I bet Barnaby that he would have to give 2 coin to Casimir.
Yep.
Flashback, I
it.
take a bribe in order to put the jacket on so that the bribe plays out.
Yeah,
Yep.
Barnaby hands me 2 coin, I just flip one to Zilla.
Catch it.
Yep.
I give everyone 2 coin.
Barnaby gives everyone 2 coin.
I join the back of the line again, so he thinks he's not done me yet.
I give Casimir another 2 coin.
Oh.
As you drift away from the mansion, you hear a few things in this order. First, you hear a great deal of shouting and commotion still coming from the garden, but you hear very faint and very high the voice of "Cutters, retreat!" and you know all of that's the sound of all of the urchins pouring back into the streets and escaping, basically, having caused a satisfactory distraction. From the roof, as you go, you hear a lot of shouting, and louder than all of that, a grating, rasping robot voice delivering.
Act 1. We open on blackout. Then spotlight, center stage. I turn around.
Have any of you been messing with the mechanical man? I don't know where he's getting any of this from.
I don't think that fish was the freshest when I gave it to him. I'll be perfectly
Probably
honest
it.
with you.
All right, no one's to put any fish in the next one.
The old train doesn't come round here much anymore.
Is the first line of the
Oh God, it's so trite.
play that you hear, and then that fades away. The last thing you hear is a spectacular crash. A plume of smoke goes up as basically the whole roof of the Dimmer Mansion falls onto the Dimmer Mansion. It is now about 1 story shorter, and one half of it is sort of fully destroyed. You've really wrecked up the building. I'll do some rolls after this to see if anyone died. Actually, you know what? I'll just roll that now. I'll roll a d6. I'll roll a d6. Three casualties in the blast. Okay.
See how easy it is? Just happens sometimes.
You all have a new appreciation for Barnaby.
Why do I always do it in 3s?
As you take to the skies and drift away over Volasport and to safety, on your shoulder, Zilla, Eleanor says, would you mind terribly putting me down just for a second?
I set her down on the
thank you.
basket.
I've got my breath back a little now. Back to mine?
Yeah,
Back to
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah.
we've been living
at this
there.
point. How did you
Right.
get that jacket on while holding a woman?
Oh, I just had it draped over me like a cool cape.
Yeah, it was
I
that
want
kind
my
of-
2 gold back. That wasn't properly on.
No.
Okay.
The balloon drifts down to over night market, and you're able to disembark. Actually, I'll give you a choice. You can go back to Eleanor's largely legal antiques, or you can go to Eleanor's home, Whichever you'd
Oh.
rather. Up to you.
I want to see Eleanor's.
Yeah, I want to have a
Eleanor's
nose
new place.
around.
Probably easier to land a balloon there, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Dimmer sisters have visited us at Eleanor's Largely Illegal Antiques before.
Yeah. Also, there's a
Also
lot
true.
of mechanical man parts in every cupboard and drawer and on the floor.
Please never say mechanical man
Yeah,
parts again.
mechanical map, but that doesn't sound good at all.
No, it's exactly what it
There's lots
sounds
of
like.
those
I've
as
been
well,
working-
yeah.
exactly what it sounds
Oh
like.
god.
I've been working on some.
Version
V2 is a lot
2.0.
more ambitious.
Just a wardrobe full of
Is
doorknobs.
that really?
And ball bearings.
Just can't get the ball bearings right.
Got that feature creep.
Eleanor volunteers her residence as a sort of temporary safe house for the night, and she directs you to it. It's a really, really grand and fancy townhouse in Brightstone, which is one of the swankiest parts of Volisport, and it has a sizable garden. Even gardens are a real rarity in town. Space enough to land a balloon, and before you know it, you are through a back door and assembled in Eleanor's parlour. And she stands up and goes, good to be home. Where's Arthur? Arthur? She sort of pulls on a cord, and a butler comes out and says, Arthur, would you care to bring us tea in the exposition room? Right you are, m'lady, and sort of shuffles off, and she leads you into the exposition room.
Every good house has one.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
Barnaby. You recognise this is a similar layout. This is actually not too dissimilar to the Fortescue pile. One of them.
Yes.
Every good house has one. The tradition began hundreds of years ago, I say to the others. Filling them in on all the backstory of exposition rooms.
It is as interesting as it is accurate, and the room is very comfortable. It has sofas and chaises lounges and stuff. It's basically a place where you can just really settle in if you're going to have to listen to a fair amount of information.
And mix some drinks in here. Is there a drinks cabinet?
Oh yeah, there's a drinks cabinet. Arthur's bringing in tea, but if you want something a little stronger,
I'm
there's
making margaritas.
Cool.
Oh, yes, please.
You invent the margarita and make some.
I've invented the margarita, everyone.
Finally, Edvard, using your talents for something noble.
Thought you'd appreciate that, Barnaby.
Everyone agrees that
Yeah.
it is, without doubt, your finest invention
Yeah.
ever, Edvard.
We just didn't know what to do with limes before this. They were just useless.
They were just preventing scurvy, but now
Useless.
Waste of time.
Yeah, like she said. Useless.
I sit in an overstuffed leather armchair. It's like wingback or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
By
I
the
look
fire.
for a super like squidgy armchair with an ottoman in front of it, and I'm just like, feet up.
You're all
I
sat.
recline on a chaise longue.
Lovely.
Classic.
Good. Yeah, I'm imagining this, by the way, Barnaby. You still got your ripped coat, so it's kind of you're like Jeff Goldbluming Jurassic Parking a little
Yeah.
bit,
Oh
like
Lord.
kind of, it's like bare chest out, glistening with sweat.
Exactly that.
After you've all had a drink and got your breath back. By the way, Hicks isn't here. Hicks has flown the balloon away again. Eleanor stands up and says, "Right,
Sorry,
If you-
is this annoying? I'm just running the blender.
yeah. I suppose you want to know the terrible.
Look, I've made a machine that does it for me. It's
Yeah.
a wonderful mechanical margarita maker.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
As the terrific noise finishes, Eleanor just sums up. And so that's what I'm asking you to do.
Cheers.
Sorry, Eleanor, could
Once
you
again,
repeat
once
that?
more.
Oh, one more time.
Just
Oh,
one more.
yes, fine. I tell you what. How about I show you?
Yeah.
Sylla, do you still have
exposition
that
us.
bracer?
Yeah. Here he is.
Thank you. She takes it. She sort of looks at it contemplatively. She says, according to legend, this bracer once belonged to a king. There's supposed to be a matching one out there somewhere, but even just one was rumoured to grant whoever wore it the strength to defeat an entire legion, perhaps an entire army, to build an empire. Who would like it? Who wants to put it on?
Yeah, well,
Me not.
sounds great.
Volunteers?
I mean, what's the catch? What's the curse?
Yeah,
what's the
there's-
spooky drawback?
I'll put it on if none of you want to.
Well, no, I didn't say anything about that. Yeah, just, I mean, if you know so much about it.
Well,
What?
I only know I only know the little that's written. That's
Well,
about
in
it.
the spirit of scientific inquiry, I'll give it a go.
Lilith, I mean, if it's mystical or magical or spooky, maybe Lilith knows something about it. Lilith, can you do your ghost whisper? Can you whisper to this bracer? Or I don't know.
Oh yeah. How about like I put my hand on the bracer, just try and attune to it and see if there's anything ghostly in there.
You detect nothing ghostly, but when you really focus in, there is ever so quietly. It's almost like music, but it's very, very low and it's very, very distant, and it's a kind of melody that always feels like it's about to fail, like always on the brink of petering out.
Well, what do you think? It's good? All clear?
Oh, come on, no one ever made any great breakthroughs dithering around on the outskirts of science. I'll strap it on.
All right.
Oh no, Edvard,
Right.
I'll fight you for it.
Oh,
Wait,
this will be good.
I grab
Okay.
one end of the bracer.
Right. Okay. So you're fighting over it. Make me a contest roll. Make me
But
each of you roll a
I
d6.
mean, no, if you're going to put it on, put it on. I just don't want anyone dithering around.
You just don't want it going to waste.
Yeah, we've got
Listen,
to try
two
it
of us
out.
we got slapped in the face with a wet curse earlier. Forgive us if we're a little bit reticent to put something else that's cursed on.
Yeah,
Go for
we've
it.
learned our
Yeah.
lessons.
Zilla-
There was
Zilla, I would be delighted if you put the bracer on.
All right, fine. Well, I will then.
Cool.
All right. I don't know why I'm rolling. Like I know.
You,
Oh, it's because I was going to fight Edvard for it. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why I
that's-
was holding dice. I was so ready.
Eleanor looks a little bemused by quite what a tussle this turned out to be. It was only meant to be a brief demonstration, but well.
We're complicated, Eleanor.
Eleanor passes over the bracer, and Zilla, you strap it on, and you.
Yep.
As you put it on your arm, you feel it very, very gently, just sort of like it's almost as if it's kind of clinging to your forearm a little bit. Imagine a very weak grip around your arm, like a
Snug.
handhold, and it's that kind of feeling. And you and everyone hears a voice, a quiet voice that goes, "Registering user."
Is this a ghost? Lilith, is there a ghost in this?
And then the
Something
bracer.
about
No.
registering a user.
And
I
then
think
the
it
bracer,
called you a
Zilla.
loser. You should smash
What?
it.
I'm furious at my forearm.
The straps that close themselves just
Yeah.
just fall open
Ah.
limply, and the bracer just flops onto
Ah.
the floor
Oh.
like a wet
That
fish.
seems-
Was
hunk of junk.
not worth the effort.
Piece of trash.
As you
Like
see,
something
it,
Edvard would make.
Eleanor chooses to breeze past that savage burn, Zilla, before Edvard can lose his temper, and says, "As you see, it no longer works."
Oh. Well, then why do we go through so much trouble to get it?
Especially since you could get into the room.
Oh.
Because, Zilla, I wanted to show you that a lot of things don't work like they used to. The bracer was magic. I don't know if any of you have heard of this term, magic.
Yes,
I wouldn't blame you for not having heard of it.
I've heard of
Edvard,
magic.
yes?
It's where they
I have.
pull rabbits out of hats. The fellows at the Orpheum do it on a Friday and a Saturday night. There's a fellow, you should see him. He levitates around the stage. You can barely see the
abracadabra.
wires. It's amazing.
If I wanted to look at something that doesn't work how it used to, I could have stayed home and looked at my knee. Please tell us why we've gone through all this trouble.
He often does do that, you know.
It calms me down.
All right. You have questions and you deserve answers. Edvard,
See there?
imagine
Magic.
the performances you're talking about, but no wires. Imagine if it
so
could
how,
be done.
wait, sorry. How would they fly without the wires?
Well, quite so. It's a mystery. It's an unfathomable mystery that's woven into the fabric of the universe, or at least it was. But no longer. For you see, the magic is gone. I have devoted my life to finding out where it's gone to. But I won't give you my life story. I'll try to give you the short version. She gets up and goes and fixes herself a drink and takes a deep slug. Turns around to you. How to put this? There is a gap. There's a gap in the world, a hole, an abyss somewhere, and it is sucking something out of this world, as surely as a drain sucks water out of a bath. Can you guess what is being drawn out of the world?
Magic?
Magic, yes, Lilith. Exactly right, of course. It's obvious when you think about it, but the real breakthrough came when we started to theorize what the hole was supposed to be drawing out. What if this wasn't an accident? What if this gap was merely doing something that it wasn't designed to be doing? Anyone care to guess what this hole in the world was supposed to be drawing out?
Ghosts.
Ghosts?
Casimir. As always.
Casimir?
No, of course, no.
Casimir, old boy, I think you're going to have to go into the hole.
We would be far more alarmed if it was drawing out Casimir. We can't afford to lose him. You're exactly right, Casimir. Ghosts. I believe that this gap, as I've taken to calling it, has a purpose, and that is to draw the dead out of the world and take them to, well, I don't know, wherever spirits are meant to depart when we die. This hole, if you like, I wasn't researching this alone. I had a researcher with me. You've already seen her. That was Kelly. We were the original Dimmer Sisters, an organisation that was founded by the two of us to try and understand ghosts, to try and fathom the nature of spirits in the hope of discovering the source of this hole in the world and who created it. Because it was always our belief that this aberration was man-made. As
Now,
our work
hold
progressed...
on, this magic sounds like terrible. Why would we want magic to be in the world? People would just go around turning into bears and blasting people with eldritch magics and things of that nature. There would be no need for science. I think the world is better off without magic.
It's a fair question, Edvard, and it's something that I've pondered for more hours than I can possibly count. Why indeed? And our world now has plenty of its own marvels. Look at the oscillatronic wonders that you yourself have created. But at the end of the day, what I keep coming...
Marvels.
Yeah, marvels, and they are marvels, Edward. But at the end of the day, what I keep coming back to is what powers the science? What powers the interventions? And the answer is always ghosts. For me, it was never about bringing back the magic. It was about helping the dead, if you can understand that. In any case, as our work progressed, we realized that we had only begun to scratch the surface of the power latent in deceased spirits. I wanted to stay focused on the magic problem, but Kelly, well, that power, that curiosity, it was hard to resist. She always did have an inquiring mind. Kelly and I found ourselves on different paths, it would be fair to say. So I left. I thought she couldn't continue the research alone, but I was wrong. She brought on acolytes. She learned to harness the power of spirits to her own end. I knew she would kill me if she could, so I operated in the shadows, and I started putting together a team who could help me finish my work. Find the source of the gap and punish those responsible. Kelly found out about them, of course, and had them all killed, and you lot, well, you're version 2.
Huh. Oh, good.
Okay.
What happened to version 1?
Yep, but you've learned all you needed from the first slot, and now no more deaths.
I go and make myself a margarita. It is a pint of dark rum with a whole lime bobbing in it.
Yeah.
Not quite the recipe, dear boy.
Mind your own.
But what the gang you've turned out to be. Simply look at your exploits. Why, it's only been, gosh, what, a few months? You've performed wonders. Incredible things. When you've worked together, there seems to be no end to what you can accomplish. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we do alright.
It's very nice of you to say. Yeah.
I think you do more than all right, Zilla. But I can't ask you to do what I'm about to ask you to do with letters and vases and hammers, and that's why I, well, used what little I personally know of magic to teleport into the vault. You see, I can do that because I helped build it. If you help to build something like that, if you know the space intimately, then, well, sometimes you can get back there, but, I mean, there might have once been a time where this sort of feat was trivial, where on any old adventure someone would be teleporting usefully 10 times an hour, but if that ever happened...
Someone would know how to teleport, and it would be such a little thing to them,
useful,
they'd forget that they even knew how to do it.
Yes, Edvard, yes.
Sounds entirely plausible to me. I forget things all the time.
Exactly, Barnaby, can you imagine?
As simple as harnessing the power of the moon and giving it to absolutely everybody in a society.
Yeah, simple. Such a simple thing. Such a little.
So simple.
Such terrible wonders they must have wrought back then. But I knew I had to look you in the eye, face to face. No letters, no vases. I had to put my trust in you that you would get me out of there, and, well, by golly, you did it. I'm here now to offer you a bargain, a new bargain. Use your considerable skills to help me unmask those responsible for the end of magic in Geth. Who did it, how they did it, and, well, perhaps even if it can be undone, though I frankly don't know if that is possible. Agree. She's pitching to you now, and her body language adjusts accordingly. Agree, and I can guarantee you comfortable working conditions. I am a woman of means. This townhouse would be yours. I have others, although, I mean, I could be nearby, or if you wanted me out of your hair, that could, we can figure that out later. Lilith, Edvard, funding for your work. I can provide it. Zilla, your loved ones, money they would want for nothing. I can organise it. Barnaby, the chance to do something truly meaningful with your life, and it would never be boring. And Casimir, the opportunity to give Volisport's highest and mightiest a real kick in the balls. For have no illusion, friends, those responsible are those who have profited greatly from the death of magic in Geth.
We are getting paid for the heist that we just did, though, right? Because
The brace, oh, well, yeah, I mean, yes, I'm sure I can find a buyer.
so I've got a wonderful mechanical man to replace. These things aren't cheap.
Edvard, if you agree to help me, I will devote an entire workshop to wonderful mechanical
To wonderful
man
mechanical
or men.
men.
Mans.
They could
Yeah.
be wonderful,
Wonderful mechanical
mans.
mans.
I get a far off look in my eyes as I imagine my army of wonderful mechanical men marching across.
Marching on the Astor headquarters.
Astor screaming as he's crushed under the metal foot.
Yeah.
I'm in!
It's but that's 6 minutes later.
I'm
Yeah.
in, I shout 6 minutes later during an unrelated conversation.
when you come to, Edvard, everyone else has left the room and gone for a tour of the house, and you hurry to catch up, and she is indeed just sort of showing you round. I can only promise you danger and the real threat of death at every turn. But what do you all think? Yes? No? Maybe?
In.
Yeah, Ellie, if you're going to look
Can you
after my
repeat the
family.
question?
I'm not too sure about this doing something meaningful with my life thing. It sounds like an awful faff. But if I'm not going to be bored, that's fine by me. I'm in.
Well then, to magic and ghosts, and to danger and death. And she lifts her margarita.
Whatever way you put it that way.
Yeah.
Magic, ghost, danger, and death.
Magic, ghosts, danger and death.
I've got
I'll
the,
drink to that.
the blender full of frozen margarita. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.